As we talk about Arbor Day and Earth Day, it gives us an opportunity to really think about living in an urban community. I think all of us see too much concrete and too much steel. We see that continually. And that's why in rebuilding Chicago, you have to allow the environment to be rebuilt. And that means more trees, more vegetation in the city. That means more green roofs, environmentally friendly buildings being constructed, being concerned about recycling, being concerned about continuing the environment on a daily basis, water conservation, which is really important for the city. We look at this Great Lakes, we think we have all the water in the world, but if we don't preserve it, humanity destroys things. And that's why people don't realize that McCormick Place, 55 million gallons of rainwater hit the roofs of McCormick Place every year. At one time, it went in the combined water and sewer system, and of course, you spent enormous money dealing with the energy costs of cleaning the water. And unfortunately, when you had too much rain, you had to open the locks. And when you open the locks into the lake, basically you're putting pollution into the lake. What we did there is we built a system of capturing all the rainwater. The 55 million gallons of rainwater or more going right into Lake Michigan, clean, fresh water. And that's why you're looking at streets, that's why you're looking at alleys, so you can absorb more water into the earth instead of basically putting it in a combined water and sewer system. At the same time, the Governor Quinn is really concerned. It's one of the first governors that you can sit down and really talk to about water conservation and water issues. And just the 120-year-old water systems that we have in Chicago, unfortunately, quite a number of them leak. And of course, you lose money, and it deals with the environment issues. And so he is the one who's going to have many initiatives dealing with water projects. This is the first time in the history of the state of Illinois, and I think he realizes many of these issues. And so as we talk about trees, people always say, Mayor, why do you like a tree? And I keep explaining this to the press. First of all, it reduces air pollution. It cools the air, helps control flooding, reduces noise, lowers our air conditioning bills, and that's really important. And of course, I don't know if this is good or bad, but it increases our property values. I think it's good, but I don't want to say it too loud. At the same time, we are looking for more and more open space. We are looking for areas that we believe we call tree farms or environmental farms along the expressways and areas that the size is maybe 20 feet by 20 feet, so we can make them small little places for the environment and basically clean the air, and that is really important. At the same time, we realize how many cars come in and out of our city, and that's why it's extremely important that public transportation be on the agenda of the federal and state governments. We have to be able to convince that if we can have a public transportation system that's safe, clean, on time, and friendly, people will use it. And it really affects the quality of air in the metropolitan area. And I think everyone realizes that. And at the same time, we have added more and more park space. Of course, I'm an open space person. More parks, which are really important for us to accumulate and purchase more open space in the city. And some is used for parks, and some is used for, we call it environmental tree farms, which is really important. We think that's to me, that is an issue that someday I hope to see as we drive along the expressways, there would be a canopy of trees, to realize that it will cut down the air quality, improve the air quality, at the same time cut the noise down. I mean, we have to really think outside the box when it comes to that. The climate change plan that was submitted, Chicago Climate Change Plan, just a few months ago, was put together by environmental and business leaders. I think they spent almost a year on this, and they talked about all types of issues, and those are real practical issues, and those are long-term. And they had the federal, state, local governments, environmentalists, advocacy groups, university research people, all come together. And one of the key was the Chicago Tree Initiative, which is really important to get non-for-profit and for-profit organizations to come together in order to support us in our tree planting effort here in the city of Chicago. And so within the next 2 weeks, we will have held a tree planting ceremony at a school in every one of the 50 wards. Again, trying to get the youngsters to understand about their environment, take responsibility inside, outside the school. And to me, if we ever do that, that will help us tremendously. The National Arbor Day Foundation has donated 15,300 tree seedlings to school students throughout the city. And as you plant a tree, as you move from the first grade to second, you'll see that tree growing with you as you move through your school system. I think that is, to me, that is something that is exciting for any child. But I want to compliment this wonderful school. I want to compliment, of course, the parents and, of course, the young students here. These are your children. These are the things that what makes Chicago so bright is the meeting the future leaders of our city and our country and the world, and those are your children. Thank you very much.